Hi there, in this video I'm going to cover how you can automate the updating of Homebrew and the upgrading of packages that were installed using Brew. The process is relatively simple to do, but there is a caveat with the upgrading of casks, also known as macOS apps, which I'll also cover. Now, before I get started, I just wanted to add a bit of a warning about doing this. As this will upgrade packages and casks to newer versions, it could cause some compatibility issues depending upon what it is. For example, Python may get upgraded and break compatibility with some libraries that you use that haven't been updated to work with the newer version. If you're okay with this, then you're okay to continue, but I just wanted to make you aware of that before proceeding any further. Now with that said, let's begin. First, open your terminal of choice. Any will work just fine. Then run brew update to update Homebrew. This needs to be done first before we go any further so that the latest version of Homebrew is installed and the package database is up to date. With that done, the next step is to install an extension to Homebrew called Autoupdate. This is done by using the tap command in Homebrew. This allows you to install additional repositories to Homebrew. To install it, run brew tap dom-t4/autoupdate. I'm recommending using the version from the dom-t4 repo, as the one that's in the official Homebrew repo has been taken out and moved back to the dom-t4 repo, so the one that's built into Homebrew could be out of date. Now that Autoupdate is installed, let's check the status of it by running brew autoupdate status. As you can see, it is not set up or running. To start it, run brew autoupdate start. Once it is started, it will check for updates to Homebrew every 24 hours from when it was started or when the system booted up. It runs as a launch D service in the background, and you'll get a notification appear to let you know that it is now running in the background. Now, what it won't do by default is upgrade any packages or casks that are installed. It will only do the equivalent of running brew update. To get it to do an upgrade as well as an update, some additional settings need to be set to the brew autoupdate start command, and an additional package needs to be installed. Before doing this, stop the autoupdate service by running brew autoupdate delete. Next, install a package named pinentry-mac by running brew install pinentry-mac. This package is required to handle any casks that require admin permissions to install an app into the applications folder. If this wasn't installed, when Brew does an upgrade, any casks that require admin rights will be ignored and not updated. With it installed, when a cask requires admin rights, a normal macOS prompt will appear asking you for a username and password to use that has admin rights to the applications folder on your Mac. This is the caveat I was alluding to earlier. With that installed, let's re-enable Autoupdate with some additional settings. Simply run brew autoupdate start, followed by space 86400, space --ac only, space --cleanup, space --immediate, space --sudo, and space --upgrade. The order of the settings doesn't matter except for the time, which I believe must go first. To go over what these settings or switches do, 86400 sets Autoupdate to run every 24 hours from when the Mac was last powered on, or when the command was started. You can change this to a longer or shorter interval if you prefer. The time is in seconds. --ac only will only allow Autoupdate to perform an update and an upgrade when your Mac is plugged into mains power. If it's on battery or UPS battery power, it won't run. --cleanup is the same as running brew cleanup, which cleans up Homebrew's cache. --immediate will run Autoupdate immediately and when the system starts up from being powered on or rebooted. --sudo will allow Autoupdate to install casks that require admin rights to the applications folder. This requires the pinentry-mac package that was previously installed to work. And finally, --upgrade will perform the equivalent of brew upgrade. Now, you don't have to use all of them if you don't want to. For example, immediate and AC only are not required, but I prefer to have them on. Once the command is run, a notification will appear and another one will also be shown to indicate that you may get alerts. You can do with that notification as you want. And that's all you need to do to set up Auto Update. Now, when an update that runs in the background is completed, you will get a notification indicating that the update was run and some of the output from the logs. And speaking of logs, if you want to know what was installed when Auto Update ran, you can examine the logs by running brew autoupdate logs. As it's currently updating and upgrading, I'll run it a few times. For reference, the logs are stored in the location shown on the screen. If you need to change the settings for Autoupdate, you will need to run brew autoupdate delete, which will delete the schedule, the settings that were previously set, and the log files. You can then rerun brew auto update start with the settings you want. Now, the last thing I want to cover is removing auto update. To do this, make sure it isn't running and delete the running configuration by running brew auto update delete. After that, run brew uninstall pinentry -mac. This is optional in case you need to use it for something else. Finally, run brew untap dom-t4/auto update. Once it's uninstalled, you can then optionally run brew cleanup to clear out any cached homebrew data. If I now try running brew auto update start again, I get the error indicating it's not a valid command. And that's it for this video. If you found this to be of use, please give the video a like and consider subscribing. If you'd like to see more macOS and homebrew videos, there's a playlist of some others I have on my channel on the left, and on the right, there's another video that YouTube thinks you'll like. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.